Hello, class. In this video, it's going to be a series of videos that are going to demonstrate how to model a hammer, the one that I have right here. So in the previous videos, I showed you how to set up your image planes. So we have in the front view, we're going to have the front of the hammer. Side view, we have the side of the hammer, and the top view at the top. When I go to my four panels, I have something that looks like this. So just so you can see, so you have a better idea of what they look like. So this is what we have. And let's see, going back to our demonstration where I kind of mapped out what the hammer is going to look like as a reference. Now in what I'm going to do within Maya, I'm going to start modeling it. So I'm just going to adjust this just a bit right here. And I'm going to go into the edit menu. I'm going to go into Polygon primitives, and I'm going to use uh, a, a cylinder option box. I just want to make sure that this is reset. And you know what? I don't know what settings I want to use. So I'm going to show you one way that you could go about interactively changing it. So I'm just going to go ahead and create the default one. And what I have right here on my view, I can see I have the default cylinder. And I already know that this already has too many sides. I don't want to have 20 sides. One of the good things is that within Maya, whenever you create a shape, I'm in the channel box, I'm going to go into the inputs. And right here, subdivision axis, I'm going to change this. What I'm going to do right here, I'm just going to click and with my left mouse button and drag. So I'm going to drag this down. So I want at least, well, let's see, this would be the bare minimum, but that's a little bit not enough. I like 8. So what this gives me from the front view, it'll allow me to divide it down in half. Within the side view, I could also have a division. Now, if I wanted to be a little bit more rounded, I could go either to 12, or if I want even more rounded, I could go 16. But this is going to be more than what I want at this point. When modeling, I want to have as little possible. I could always add. That's a good thing. It's harder to remove. Keep that in mind. So I'm going to focus on the side view. In each of these views, I'm going to go into the shading. I'm going to turn on X-ray. This makes my object semi-transparent. So I'm going to go in the front view as well. Shading, X-ray. And let's go ahead and do this for the top view as well. Though I'm not going to use the top view just yet, just so we can actually see it. What I want to do, my suggestion is that even though I have my profile views, front, side, top, I want you to select one of your views is going to be like your master view, meaning that within this view, this is the side that is going to have the correct placement. Or for example, for this one, I'm going to use my side view is going to be my master view. So whenever I adjust something, as long as it's set up to my side view, I'm okay with it. It might be slightly off in the front view, and I'm just going to have to roll with it. So I want a couple of divisions in here. So I'm going to continue to use my height divisions here. I'm just going to click on the word. You could either click on the word and then middle mouse click and drag so I could have more divisions. Or we could also do, if you move right here and click the left mouse button and drag, I just feel that this goes a little bit too fast for me. But you can use this as well. This is a different method. For me, it just feels like it goes a little bit too fast. So I like clicking on here, middle mouse clicking, and then I could slowly increase the value. So I'm going to tell it on this time to give me 4. I'm going to right mouse click. I'm going to go, I'm still here. I still want to stay in the object mode. I'm going to scale this because I know that the neck of this hammer is round. I'm going to scale all of these values here, X, Y, and Z. And you can see that it's slightly off. So I'm going to move it just a bit, just a tad bit right here. Let's go ahead and make it a little bit larger, just a tad. Okay, great. And I need to make this longer, so I'm just gonna scale this up along Y. And you can see uh, right here, it gives me a little bit of perspective. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to create these as if they're orthographic, meaning 2D without perspective. So I'm going to right mouse click on this now. I'm going to go to vertex. I'm going to select all of these, and I'm just going to move these up. And I could see right here how it kind of goes off to the side. That's okay. This is a reference. I'm only using this to help me to build this model. I don't need to be completely precise. So for these as well, I'm going to go ahead and drag these down right here. Great. Let me go into my front view just to make sure. And then I could see that along this view, I noticed that within here, it starts to taper in a bit. So I'm going to select all of these. I'm going to switch to the scale view, to the scale tool. And for these, I'm just going to kind of scale them in. And again, I'm focusing on our right side, or this object's left side, our right side right here. So if I look over here on our screen left side, you can see that it doesn't line up perfectly. I'm going to be okay with it. I'm deciding that I'm modeling or using the reference for the positive X side of my shape so that when I line them up, they're going to be fine. And I noticed right here, uh, notice how this one, I thought they were lined up, but it's not being lined up right here. There's a slight offset with my images. How curious. Let me just double check this. I'm going to unreference my image plane. The height's 3.609. 3 point, they're correct, but now there's a slight offset. So, okay, I'm just going to work with it. Let's go ahead and bring these back. And what I do is, like I said, I've already decided that my side view is is the correct view. So you can see right here within this image, that's correct. But when I go to my front view, it's not correct. I'm going to be okay with it. I'll live. So, okay, I have this. And now what I want to do, I want to continue to add to this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to switch to the face views. I want to select these faces up here, but let me show you the paint selection tool. With this tool, you use, right here, this is basically our paintbrush. To change the size of your brush, I'm going to press and hold down B, B as in boy, B as in Bravo. I'm going to make this smaller. I'm going to drag towards the left to make it smaller, drag towards right to make it larger. And I want to now, I could click and drag over the areas that I want to paint. This is a handy paint selection. I want these selected because I want to create this cap right here. So with these faces selected, I'm going to switch back to my selection tool. I'm going to switch to the modeling toolkit. I'm going to click on this button up here on the top right-hand corner, click, and right now I already have faces selected, and I'm going to use the extrude command. I'm going to click right here under component extrude. So now we get this show manipulator tool. That's what this is called. If you notice, this is a combination of your move. Then you also have your scale, and this blue circle right here is for your rotate. We also have these different controls, but I'm going to leave these as is. I do not want to have any division. I just want one. Key faces, I'm going to leave this on. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on one of these boxes because I want to scale this out. And I want to be able to see right here. I'm going to click on this cyan cube and just drag this out. And I just want to drag this out just a bit. I can see where it is on this side. So that's what I want to do. That's it. Just this on this one. But then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and extrude again. And now I'm going to go up. As I mentioned, I'm using my side view as my main view. I'm going to click on this box so I could see the center one because I want to scale this one up. And I now have this shape right here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do something similar. Let's see, I want to deselect this. I don't want those selected. Um, again, within my front view, my image is off. You know what I could do? I should be able to, this is slightly bothering me. I'm just gonna leave it. Roll with it. I'm gonna say it is kind of bothering me because I thought I set them up, but we'll just roll with it. I want to switch back to my paint selection tool, and I want to go ahead and click on select these faces down here, because now what I want to do is I want to extrude the rest of this handle down here. So I'm going to go ahead and go to extrude. Let's focus temporarily in this view. I'm going to click on one of these boxes so that I could extrude out. And I could see like this line right here. I want that lip. And that's all what I want so far. I'm going to go ahead and extrude again because those faces are still selected. And you can see right here, this is kind of lined up. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to drag this down. You can see from my perspective view how it's going. And what I'm going to do now, I could see that both of these two sides, my side view and my front view, are slightly off. So I'm going to first scale according to my side view. Again, I'm focusing on the positive, or sorry, within my side view, I'm focusing on our right side. And then on the front view, I'm going to scale just a bit on this side so that it starts to create that shape. Now, these faces are still selected, so I'm going to go ahead and extrude again. Now, be careful not to press extrude too many times because you don't want uh, kind of faces that are stacked on top of themselves. And I'll show you what that means in a moment. So let's see, right here within my side view, I'm going to scale this just a tad bit out. And then also within Z just a bit. So here, what I want to do, I'm going to show you what to watch out for. I'm going to press extrude once, click, and I have some faces right here. So I'm just going to extrude them just a tad bit out. I'm going to press extrude again, and you can see that they're still there. Now, sometimes I see students press it one too many times, and then they end up having faces that are basically on top of themselves. If I press it again, I have another face, but if I press it again, you can't really tell that they're there. The only way that you can tell, if you go into the channel box, you'll notice that under inputs, it'll show you all your extrudes. So if I go to extrude 8, you can see that this one has that additional extrude that's there. Now I'm just going to undo all this because I don't want all of these just yet. So let's see. Okay, we're right there. So I already have this set up. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my modeling toolkit. Faces are still selected. I'm going to go ahead and press extrude to extrude them again. So I can go right here. And how far do I want to go? I'm just kind of playing it by ear. As you can say, I'm kind of eyeballing it. You can see it on my side view. Yeah, I thought I set this up better, but oh well. So I'm just going to go right here. And remember, reference images are there just to help you. They're not blueprints. So I'm going to go ahead and extrude again. And I'm probably going to do just 2 more. I'll go right here. I'm going to go ahead and flare this out a bit and over here. And I could look at my shape of the handle. Looking great so far. And then what I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to extrude, because if you notice, there's a slightly different shape down here on this one. So I'm going to extrude. I'm going to extrude once right here before we get to the very bottom. I'm going to go ahead and scale up just a bit. And I'm going to fix this edge right here. Great. Extrude one more time. Now this time I'm going to go right here. And I'm going to have to manually change the placement of the vertices. So I'm just going to leave that kind of where it's at right now. In fact, I'm going to scale this in as such. That looks good. And let me go ahead and do the same on this side here. You know, notice that they don't line up. Again, I'm focusing on this side, so that's going to be my main one. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and extrude one last time down like this, because I want it to be round at the bottom. Nice and round. So when I look at it, let me go ahead and focus on this side. I'm going to right mouse click to select the object mode. So I get something that looks like this. But let's go back now to the side view here. And I'm going to go into the vertices because I want to change some of these. So I'm going to select all of these right here. I'm not going to change this one. I'm going to use my move tool just so that I could kind of move them together. And I'm going to go ahead and switch to the scale tool so that I could push them further away, my move tool. So you can see the shape that I'm trying to get within the side view. So when I look at this, it looks like this. And what I want to do now within this view right here, I'm going to go ahead and just move these. Just, let's see, do I want to do this? Let's see what it looks like. Here we go. I'll go to the object mode so I could deselect it. Now, if I really wanted to be round at the bottom, I could select this vertex right here, and I could just drag this one down a bit, and it just gives me that slightly round area. Now, one thing that I could do is with some of these vertices, for example, like all of these vertices, I'm just going to go ahead and scale them up just a bit. There we go. And what I could also do, I want them to kind of follow that contour. So you can see that I'm just kind of moving them around so that they're not just going completely parallel on this area because it's kind of close to the very bottom. So something that looks like this. And great, so far this is what I have. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stop this one. And so you could go in the next video. What I want to do is we're going to build the hammerhead, the pounding part, and then probably in a different video, I'm going to show you how you could smooth this. Because right now, if we look at this model, let me go ahead and go into the object mode. And if I look at it, it's really blocky and I want it to be smoother. So we'll do that in another video. All right, I'll see you in that next video.